Listen, everybody likes to watch Netflix, right? We watch it in our living rooms, in our bedrooms, in our bathrooms, not pointing any fingers, but my favorite way to watch Netflix is on a projector. And that's why today, I want to talk about the Yaber Y30 Projector, and why I think it's perfect for your next movie marathon. So, the Yaber Y30 is a projector with integrated audio amplifier, capable of displaying content from video sources up to 300 inches. It comes with an infrared remote control, a manual, a power cord, an HDMI cable, a 3-in-1 cable with an RCA extension cable, VGA cable, a lens cleaning cloth, and a warranty card. So right off the bat, in the box, you get several connection options, which are pretty good. The only thing is the cords are on the short side, so unless you're planning on using the projector in a temporary setting, you're going to want to get some extensions. Now you do have inputs for AV, audio out, and for a PC RGB. You've got 2 USB connectors and 2 HDMI connectors on the back. The power cable is an IBM PC style with 3 rectangular pins. Super easy to replace if you happen to lose it. There's also a toggle switch on the back that controls your power. Now there are some buttons on top of the projector that control your menu, your volume, your power, and other stuff like that. The remote's pretty basic and it's not backlit, so if you're watching something in the dark, you're gonna need some light to see what you're hitting. You'll also need to give it a couple AA batteries because they're not included. The infrared sensor is located on the front of the machine, right next to the Y30's lens. Now, if you're wanting to mount the projector to a ceiling, you do have an option in the settings to reverse the image so that it shows up right on your wall. And on the other hand, if you're projecting it off of a table, there is a leveling foot at the front that you can screw in and out to make sure that it's at the right level. The lens does rotate to focus the image depending on how far your projector is from your surface. It also has digital zoom capabilities with separate X and Y adjustments, so locating the projector at the distance you want from the screen can be varied. If your projector isn't completely straight on, there is an option for Keystone Correction, meaning you can tilt it vertically and horizontally to make sure that your image is a perfect rectangle. You're going to find that this is implemented a lot better on the Y30 than other projectors at this price point. Now, Keystone Correction does help on small scale, but if your picture is way tilted, you're going to have some trouble with focus, so it's always best to keep the projector as level and straight on as possible. The great thing about having onboard HDMI and a USB port is if you have a device like a Chromecast, you can plug it into the HDMI port and then power it off the USB port, making it a perfect transportable projector. Out of the box, you're going to find that the picture isn't particularly stunning, but with a few tweaks of the settings in the menu like color, brightness, and contrast, it's very watchable. A strong bang for the buck. Now in the projector there is an active built-in cooling fan, but I never had an issue with any sort of noise. The menus are basic, but I was able to make the adjustments I needed using the remote with no problems at all. Now you gotta remember, at this price point, you're not gonna get a 4K projector. There is going to be a little bit of quality issues until you've decided to tweak them in the menu the way that you like. However, again, for the price, you're not going to find anything this quality. Another great benefit is that it does have internal stereo speakers. It's not going to be incredible, but listen, if you don't want to go through the hassle of setting up speakers, it's more than usable. Now the best part of the projector is the native 1080p LCD. You're going to find a lot of inexpensive video projectors say they can do 1080p, but by the time it's up on the wall, it's going to be downgraded. With the Y30, full 1080 images were good enough to compete with projectors with much higher price points. Another win for the Yaber. Now the light source for this projector says that it's 6,000 to 6,800 lumens. Comparing it to a few other projectors I have, actual values are probably around the 1,200 to 1,500, but that's an educated guess. If you plan to use the Y30 in a brightly lit room, you may want to consider something alternative, but in a room where brightness levels can be controlled, like a home theater or even a room with dark curtains, the Y30 does a great job. So, here's some things I like. It's full 1080p at a great price. It's got excellent Keystone Correction, both vertically and horizontally, and it's got maintenance-free LED lighting with no bulbs to replace. The only real downside is that I would have really liked some backlighting on the remote, but once your movie's playing, it's a non-issue. Yaber's Y30 is a capable, budget-conscious home theater projector for way under $300. It may not give you the greatest at-home theater experience, but again, at this price, there is very little to complain about. It gets the job done and more. Throw it up in the living room and put it on a white sheet. Bring it to the beach. Put it on the back of your house. I mean, you can use this thing anywhere. For that price, put it in your closet, and when you want to use it, it's there. So, hopefully you found this video helpful. If so, please feel free to leave a thumbs up because I always appreciate that. And just a reminder that I'll include a link to the projector down below, that way you can check updated pricing and availability for anybody that might be interested. Also, let me know any comments or questions you have because I love getting to answer as many as I can. But otherwise, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video.